Hello everyone, this is Leena Khandekar, founder and director of International Lease Beauty and Spa Institute. I have been coming up with a series of interviews with entrepreneurs, business person, founders, experts from various industries. The reason behind this is to understand the latest trends, career opportunities, and get more elaborate guidance, preparedness on post-lockdown situations. I would like to begin my today's interview with a very charismatic and influential personality, Mr. Shekhar Sable. Thank you so much, Shekhar ji, for coming and giving your valuable time for us for this interview today.
Thank you, Leena. It's a pleasure to be here with you right now. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Let me begin by introducing Mr. Shekhar Sable. He is a science graduate, done MBA in marketing. He has started modeling career at the age of 24, lived in Mumbai for 7 years, gone through hard life struggle in Mumbai, modeled successfully for top designers as ramp model from year 1994 to 1998, and become a fashion choreographer and did almost 200 shows. That's awesome. Worked with most of the well-known fashion designers and models in the country, to name few, that is Weldell Rodriguez, Rohit Bal, Anita Dongre, Payal Singhal, Shaina NC, and many more. He later left modeling and went on to pursue fashion choreography and choreographed models like Priyanka Chopra, Bipasha Basu, Aditi Govitrikar, Sheetal Malhar, and Malaika Arora. Done a commercial with Aishwarya Rai in 1995, the Sheetal Diva collection. After the life-changing car accident in 2004, he went on begin a new career with a complete new life. He joined Abs Fitness as the business head in year 2015 with a brother Abhimanyu Sable as a sales business head. And today is responsible for expansion and to take the brand pan-India, almost 40 clubs across. His passion has always been singing. He is a trained classical ghazal singer, that's superb, trained under Ustad Abdul Rashid Khan Sahib from Aurangabad Gharana in younger years, and presently training under Ustad Anwar Qureshi. That's so beautiful, Shekhar. And Shekhar, thank you so much. And this is wonderful. I think you have positive approach to lead your life, and that made you to become so successful in life.
You know, hearing my profile from you, I feel as if I'm reading a book. And actually, my life has been so colorful, Leena, that when I look back to my life today and where I'm presently right now, I think I've led a very beautiful and colorful life with so much of ups and downs. It is like a roller coaster. Like, you know, you sit on a roller coaster, it goes up, it comes down. And, you know, there's always a fear, there is an excitement. So my life has been completely a roller coaster, and I'm quite happy to be here today where I'm presently. So when I look back, when I started as a young boy who was all on his own in Mumbai, that was in 1994, and today when I see that I feel that I've traveled thousands of kilometers of life today to reach this, and I believe that it's experience of a person which makes you confident to lead your life ahead.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful.
Yeah.
And you, as you mentioned, when I was going through your profile, I think it is truly a roller coaster. And because you are so positive person, I think that makes you lead it so easily. And
it was. I will cut you here. It's never been easy. First of all, life is not easy. People think that life is very easy. Things happen very easily. You need to work very hard to achieve what you want, your dreams.
Yeah.
Nothing comes easy. Nothing comes on a platter. Today, just to come back to my present situation as my designation, which is founder business director of apps. I mean, it didn't come to me on a platter. I had to work very hard. I mean, coming from a fashion background, living that very high profile, colorful limelight life, which I was leading for almost 10 to 12 years. And suddenly, a turning point in my life, which came in my car accident, which was 2004. I was completely bedridden for a year. It took me
Yeah.
like 1.5 years to come on my feet. And then there was no options in front of me. And then abs was born. My brother started the brand Abs Fitness, and that's when he asked me to join the organization. And yes, I had no option, and I said yes. But coming back to what I started telling you, that it has not been an easy journey
Yeah.
at all. When I joined apps, uh, I felt completely misfit in an organization, because me coming from a completely fashion background and apps being a completely fitness oriented organization. But what was an add-on which added from my side to the organization was my skill of communication,
Yeah.
my confidence, and my skill of marketing,
Yeah.
which was always there. And I've always been a stage person. I don't have a stage fear. I
Yeah.
don't have people's fear. I
Yeah.
mean, you can make me stand in front of thousands and lakhs of people, which I can address to.
Yeah.
For only one reason, that you will ask me, how did you build this confidence, which makes me
I'm
say,
coming to my questions now. There
yeah,
are not many questions. Let's
yeah,
ask. So I would like to continue today's session by asking you some questions
yeah.
the viewers are eager to know about. My first question, Shekhar, we really would like to know about the beginning of modeling career, how you have started. After doing MBA, why did not think of taking up a job as an MBA professional? That's my first question.
You know, this question I ask myself sometime when I'm sitting alone and I'm completely to myself. After pursuing an MBA degree, why didn't I? And in 1995, 96, the MBA professional, there was a huge requirement for MBA professionals, and a lot of companies had the opening of. But I guess it's a destiny. I believe a lot in destiny.
Yeah.
It's like you come with a destiny, and uh, life takes you with your destiny. So during that time, I was a tall, a smart-looking person. That time, that's what people used to say. And there was this contest in Pune, which was the Mr. Pune, the Ace contest. And my friends always used to tell me, and that time fashion industry was building up. Actually, I
Yeah.
think I'm talking about like 1988 to 90, the Milind Soman era, which the first supermodel of our country, which was Milind Soman. So I come from that era of Milind Soman, Arjun Rampal, Rahul Dev. Those were my icons which I used to look upon.
Mhm.
So my friends used to tell me, they convinced me to take part in this first ever contest which happened in Pune in 1993,
Okay.
which was the Ace contest, Mr. Pune Ace contest. And I just went there for an audition, and I got selected for the audition.
Wow.
And and as I said, that I do not have a stage fear
Hmm.
at all from my childhood. The only reason being, Leena, you will not believe. I think people will really not believe what I will share right now with you. My 10 years of my school life, since I was from first standard, since I was 7 years old, every day morning in school assembly, I used to be on stage singing national
Oh.
for 10 years. Since I was 7 years old, till my 10th standard, till I was 16. So 10 years of my childhood has
Wonderful.
gone has gone singing national anthem every morning at the school assembly in front of the school.
Wow.
So the experience of fear stage was never there. So this audition was very easy for me. It was like a cakewalk. And then I got selected for the audition, and that time there were these ace choreographers, Bunty and Prashant.
Yeah.
They are very renowned fashion photographer, and they are making films now. So that time they were the choreographer, and that time they suggested me, Shekhar, you have good stage presence, you walk so confidently. Why don't you try modeling?
Yeah.
So modeling is not easy. It is not easy, and a middle class person from coming from a humble background is very difficult, and we come from a very humble background completely. So it was a very difficult for me to consider that, because there was no funds, there was no backup. My father was strictly against uh, pursuing such career. But you know, that was a generation of our parents, which was a completely different generation, where parents were very protective about their children, and every parent wanted to want their children to be successful, take up a job in some corporate companies, become a doctor, engineer. That was the era in 90s. So it was a very difficult for me to accept this career in the beginning. But then, Leena, I've always flown with the flow. I've never decided my path, or I've never focused on something. It has just happened to me completely. But what made me go, and what made me pursue these dreams is believing in myself completely. I have always believed in myself. I have always been positive, um, and that kept me going. Yeah.
As you rightly mentioned, this positive attitude is really making you go, and you're going with the flows. That's superb, Shekhar. My next question to you is, what all challenges and struggle you faced in Mumbai as a model when you wanted to become a model? So what all challenges did you face during that time?
Wow, this is the question which I can write a book on. You know, but just to answer you in little brief, see, as I said, that I come from a very humble background,
Yeah.
and for me to go to Bombay was a very tough challenge,
Yeah.
because modeling fashion industry is not for middle class and low middle class people. There is a lot of maintenance you need to do. There is a lot of investment you need to do on yourself. You constantly have to look good. You have to completely be groomed, and keeping that in mind, it is an investment. So for me, it was a complete challenging for me during that time, in going in 1996, when I moved to Mumbai. I just packed up my bag, and one fine morning I just decided to move on. And I remember that when I had reached Mumbai, I knew no one, completely no one. I didn't know whom to call. I didn't know whom to approach. But there was this one makeup artist who was part of a few shows which I modeled earlier, and he was the only one point of contact which I had. I would like to mention his name was Fayaz. You know,
Okay.
I'm not in touch with him anymore. He's a very ace makeup artist in Bollywood now.
Okay.
And Fayaz was the only one point of contact, because Fayaz used to tell me, Shekhar, whenever you come to Bombay, you call me. Be free to call me. I will surely help you. And will you believe it? I landed up in Mumbai with few thousand rupees, with knowing no tomorrow. I mean, I remember sitting on Bandra station. I know nothing about Mumbai. I landed up at Bandra station from Dadar. The train landed in Dadar, and from Dadar I took to Bandra. And I'm sitting at Bandra station watching hundreds of passerbys passing me, and life was just in front of me. I didn't know what to do. I was completely blank. I sat there for hours on Bandra station. I did not know what the next move was. But within myself, there was my intuitions kept telling me, Shekhar, no, you are here. You're not going to lose hopes. You're going to keep moving. And then I called up Fayaz. I said, see, I've landed up in Mumbai and I know nothing. I don't know where to stay. I'm here with few thousand rupees. And that was a time where I had just lost my father 15 days back. Only 15 days prior, I lost my father. And I took that step immediately after finishing all the rituals, and I landed up in Mumbai. But then I said, it's and our father was the whole bread and whole soul bread butter to the family. Uh, I come from a very protective family where the father and the parents used to be very protective about the child. And since we lost our father very early, life was just in front of us, and we don't know nothing. So that was a time where I took a step, nothing doing. You have to be on your own. And here I was in Mumbai, and Fayaz helped me to find a house. He gave me certain contact numbers of certain designers, and yeah, I started my journey in Mumbai. It was very difficult phase for me that time, where I actually felt like leaving everything and coming back to Pune, back to my family. But my family also, my brothers were also in the same boat where I was. They were also self-independent. They also didn't know what to do that time because, as I said, it was just 2 days we lost our father. But what kept us going, Leena, was believing in ourselves, believing that it's possible. Everything is possible in life if you focus, if you work hard on your dreams.
Yeah.
So definitely, life in Mumbai was not easy. I remember there were times, initial first year when I was in Mumbai, where, see, the fashion industry doesn't give more job to men, to male models. There's very less requirement. Today, definitely, yes, the avenues for male models are open. There are a lot of male brands which have come into the market. So today, male models have a lot of openings, a lot of work. But during my time, I'm talking about in 1996, there was no option for male modeling. Female models were given more importance. And as I said, fashion industry was just coming up during late 1900s, 1990s, late 1990s. So it was very difficult to sustain. But I've been very fortunate that whichever people I met during my journey in Mumbai, I met good people who helped me, because I believe very strongly that if you are good, you definitely meet good people. If you are bad, you will meet bad people. So it was very tough time. There was I remember there were few times where the landlady, I used to stay in a PG accommodation, where the landlady one day in the evening she threw my entire bags out of the house, and she said, "Hey, listen, you have not paid the rent for 3 months, and you are no longer, you can stay at my house." And I remember that day where I carried the bag in my hand, and I went to Bandstand. I used to live in Bandra, by the way.
Yeah.
I went to Bandstand, and you will not believe I spent days on those rocks near the Hotel Sea Rock. I've stayed on those rocks, kept my bag in the corner, hid my bag, and I've stayed. But I didn't leave. I didn't leave hopes, because life is not to leave hopes. Life is to work hard. Life is to work to focus on your dreams. Life is not easy. So I'm very happy that what I went through, I did not lose hopes. I sustained it. I sustained, and I modeled successfully till 1998 for almost 4 years. Modeled that time for almost most of the known designers in the country. But as I said, that there was a very little scope for male models during that time. So uh, So after modeling, then another option which came across was fashion choreography.
Yeah.
So then the journey of fashion choreography as a choreographer started.
That's superb. I'm going to ask you that question as well, but whatever you have said, Shekhar, I think it's awesome. The life is not easy. I think you just have to sustain, stay positive, have positive approach looking towards your life and just to achieve your goals. Thank you so much for addressing this question. My next question is, how you have pursued fashion choreography?
Wow. Uh, Fashion choreography. Fashion choreography is very connected to music. Yeah. What is fashion choreography? Fashion choreography um, uh, uh, is to put the dream of a designer on stage. A dream of a designer, the concept of a designer to put on stage, which is music, which is colors, and I believe that fashion choreography is very creative. You have to be in sync with the designer. It's the dream of a designer which you have to put it on stage. And as I said, I've never been a stage fear. And music, as I said, music plays a very important part of fashion choreography. And music has always been with me since I was a child. As I said, I started the interest of music since I was 7 years old, singing national anthem on in the assembly in the school. So the like of music, which always built up since my childhood. I learned music for almost 10 years. I'm trained, as you mentioned earlier, also, and I would like to say that I'm a trained semi-classical ghazal singer. So music was always there within, And my first love was actually music. I always wanted to become a singer. Then I don't know where life took me. Then modeling came in. Then fashion choreography came in, and after fashion choreography, here I am presently handling the biggest brand in the country today, handling the business development. So life has been completely, you know, changing for me.
Yeah, yeah.
So fashion choreography, as you asked, so music was always there.
Yes,
So for me, fashion choreography was not difficult at all.
correct,
Yeah. So it became very easy for me because I could connect with the designers.
correct.
Yeah. So for me to put up a show, to choreograph a show, was not at all challenging.
Yeah, yeah. Great, great. And again, that leading approach and positive approach, I think that's making you becoming successful day by day. And your life has seemed very colorful to all, but definitely so many challenges you have faced during your journey. And I must say, Shekhar, I think if someone has that spirit to achieve your desired goals, I think nothing like that. And you did it. So I'm very
Yes.
happy talking to you because I know you since many years, but this way your journey and all, I was just going through your profile yesterday and I'm I don't have words to say anything about it. Shekhar, my next question is, you have been so successful fashion model, choreographer, then what made you to land up to become a founder and director of apps? Because you were working, if I'm not wrong, you were working with Priyanka Chopra, Bipasha Basu, and you were handling and doing very good in fashion industry. So, and the
Yes.
fitness is totally altogether a different industry. So, can you please tell us about it?
Sure. Uh, See, as I said, my life is. I've never decided my life, first of all. Yeah, I've just. Uh, flew, I just kept on flowing with the flow.
Yeah.
So 2004, I had a very bad car accident,
Oh,
where I had mentioned to you earlier that
yeah.
it was a very bad car accident, and I was almost 1 year I was bedridden. And see today the fashion industry is for people who socialize, the people who are seen completely. And that was a period where I had completely lost in touch with the industry because I was completely handicapped. I was not moving out of my bed. And to be in the industry, you need to be in the industry. to get work, to connect. So I lost that time, and it was very difficult for me to get back to what I was doing. So there was no option left. Life was like it was completely blank in front of me that time. I remember
Yeah.
2004, and it took me like by the time it was 2005, complete 1 year. I was nothing. I mean, zero, completely zero. My morale was completely down.
Mm.
But yes, I had not lost hopes in life. I've never lost hopes in my life. I've always strive. I've always worked hard. And as I said, I've always believed in myself.
Mm.
As I said, from living in days in Bombay on the bandstand rocks, and and then coming back along, and then accident was a part of the journey. So that time in 2005, Abs was born. I mean, Abhimanyu had launched our family brand, which was Abs Fitness, and he was looking for someone who was a marketing guy, someone who was very outward, who could take the brand. So he approached me. He said, Shekhar, now, as you have left your industry and you're finding so difficult, so why don't you join ABS? So
Yeah.
when he offered me this work, this was 15 years back, uh, I asked a question to myself. This is a complete different industry for me.
Yeah.
I've been always in limelight, colorful life, parties, socializing, celebrities, and then taking up a job as a salesperson. No, it's not easy. But then, Dina, I had no option. Believe me, there are times in life where you don't have options. You
Yeah.
have to accept what it comes to you. So I just accepted blankly. And
Mm.
when I joined ABS in 2005 as a sales head,
Mm.
uh, for it was very difficult for me in the initial almost years,
Yeah.
and I always used to feel that I am completely mismatched
Mm.
in this organization.
Mm.
But but what was so interesting which happened? See, you have to accept it.
Correct.
What you go through, you have to accept it.
Yes.
You can't be demanding. Life is not demanding. Life is to
Correct.
uh, accept what comes to you.
Mm.
Life is to accept the present situation,
Yeah.
and that is what I did. I accepted it completely,
Yeah.
and I said to myself, "Ki Shekhar Sable, this is this is the last thing now. What is come on your platter? So
Yeah.
make use of it."
Yeah.
And yeah, when I took that decision within myself, it became very easy. And as I said, nothing came on platter to me in abs also. It was
Yeah.
a lot of testing time for me in the organization, uh, and it took years. So when I started in abs, I used to handle their in-house events. uh, you know the we have a signature event which is called an abs fashion night.
Yeah.
So that is a time which is for the last 15 years I've been doing that event,
Yeah.
abs fashion night, where members and models walk the abs. So that was a concept which I brought in
Wow.
to the organization, brought in events, in-house events. So that was an add-on which I did to the organization. But yeah, so I brought a little color to the organization. I brought in events to the organization. So, so somewhere I was in touch with my interest, touch with my love, which was events, which was fashion, and yeah. Uh, so as years passed, of course, and then the responsibilities came on
Mm.
as we started expanding,
Yeah.
and it's been only 7 years. It's been 7 years. Uh, I got a designation of founder director of business. Just
Yeah.
7 years old, like 2013, 14, we started franchising,
Yes.
and that was a time where I was given this designation, but it didn't come on a platter.
Yeah. Superb,
Yeah,
superb journey, Shekhar.
yeah.
I'm proud to be a part of ABS because whenever I do events with you as like, a hair and makeup partner, we always feel proud to be a part of ABS. Uh, so Shekhar, you have started ABS franchisee. So what were the initial challenges you faced having those franchisees?
See, as I just mentioned, we just started franchising 7 years back.
Yeah.
Uh, See, today abs as a model, as a fitness model, we are very strong in a system and process. Yeah. So it was not easy for us to franchise, uh, but we made sure that our system and processes are completely stronger before we give our brand,
Hmm.
uh, before we give a franchise to someone. So we made our systems process completely strong, and then we announced a franchise. Our initial days of franchisee were very challenging because I remember 7 years back we were like 10 to 12 clubs only. Today we have 40 clubs.
Hmm.
In 7 years we have reached that numbers of 40
Yeah.
clubs. Almost we did 40 45 clubs in the last 8
Yeah.
years. So franchising is not an easy job. It is also challenging because when someone approaches you for a franchisee, the most important thing uh, is uh, is your brand. Why would somebody approach you for a franchisee? Because it's only because of your brand.
Yes.
And today, abs is completely a successful, proven model. Completely. So for us to open a franchisee was not difficult, of course. It was not easy either, but yes, it was challenging. But it just happened because we had a model, we had a stronger model, um which our system and process, which I told you are completely strong. We had beautiful clubs that time to showcase.
Hmm.
So yes, so it was a challenging, but as I said, that as a brand is stronger, our system and process. So yeah, it just happened.
Yeah. Lovely. And thank you for throwing more light and enabling the viewers to endure more preparedness for it. I think, and my next question with this franchisee thing, what would be the challenges with the franchisee once the clubs are reopened? And considering present situation, what major gym owners should take care?
First, I'll answer your one important question.
Yeah.
What are the challenges a brand faces with a franchise? It's a very important question, and I will definitely give you a light on this.
Yeah.
See, a franchisee is like a baby. It's like you have given your baby to someone who you don't know, someone who has approached you, who has a profile.
Yeah.
But believe me, it is not easy when you give your baby to someone, when you open up your club in a different city.
Yeah.
So in this journey of this franchisee, we have come across weird people. Believe me,
Hmm.
uh, people think that they have money, uh, they can buy everything, but that is not like this. It is not the truth. Franchisee is a beautiful relation with a brand and owners. It is a very beautiful relation, and that relation has to grow, you know. And we believe in relationship, you know. But there were experiences which we come across where we gave franchisees to people, and they were just not right people. Now you will ask me how they were not right people when they had their investment, your clubs were running well. Right people, as I said, that the franchisee is a beautiful relationship. I have to tune in with you completely. It's business completely. Business doesn't happen one-handed. Business happens when two people in sync with each other,
Yeah.
where two people understand each other, two people respect each other. If the other person doesn't respect me, you have taken my brand, you have taken my franchise, you have to respect me. I'm a father to you, I'm a mentor to you. But as I said, there were certain experiences, few experiences which we had to we had to terminate our franchisee, we have to remove our brand completely. And it was very sad for us to do that, where the franchisee owners could not understand us. And what happens, Leena, is when abs, whichever city abs comes in, or whichever clubs abs starts with, because of the brand value, because of our service, our system and process, and abs is known for its service today, you know. So we cross more than 1,000 members in the initial 1 year.
yeah.
So few franchisee owners, they get carried away, you know, and they think that, oh, if 1,000 members we have crossed in few months, why do we require a brand? But
Hmm.
they completely forget
Yeah,
that these members have not crossed because of them, not because of the investment. It's because of our hard work, because of our system and process, because of our service. So that is where some of the owners, they get little shaken up there. And once that shaken up starts, it's the relation is like an elastic,
yeah,
and once the elastic stretches to it breaks, and that's where the relation breaks. And once the relation breaks, there is no point for us to go ahead, and there is a point we just let it go and we
yeah,
terminate the franchising. So there are experiences with us where we come across uh, such people uh, who are completely egoistic,
yeah.
uh, completely, they think that they can buy everything with money, but
Hmm.
it doesn't go that way. It has to be hand in hand.
Yeah,
It has to be completely in sync with each other. It is to completely understand each other.
yeah,
And another most important challenge which a brand, I'm sure all the brands who franchise go through, is non-payments of the fees, royalty fees, which you call.
okay, yeah,
I'm not talking about all the franchisee owners, but there are few franchisee owners. They completely hard to understand that we have certain expenses as a brand. We are catering you. We are servicing you. They stop the franchisee fees, and that's where, as I said, that this the relation is like an elastic.
correct,
It's like a car. If you don't put fuel in the car, how do you expect the car to run?
yeah,
So as I said, that there were incidents with us, which is very unfortunate, where people invest so much of crores, they take a brand, and then when they start the club, they see thousands of members, and then they think that why do you have to pay royalty to the brand?
hmm.
And that is where they stop paying the royalty fees to us, and they start doing their own.
Hmm.
And when they start doing their own, they start implementing their own ideas, and that is where the failure starts.
Correct,
Yeah. uh, and it's very foolish from their side, where they start implementing their own ideas, which they are not from the fitness background, and they think that in 1 year they have become experts in handling fitness centers. Fitness centers is not a joke. It's like a wedding. It's like a wedding, like morning 6 to 11. It's like a wedding that people come to the gym, and you have few of the franchisee owners, they do a lousy job. Then they start disconnecting with them. They stop. The time starts where they start not paying our fees, and they don't understand that we live on an expense. We have a staff which is catering you,
yeah,
and that is where the breaking of the elastic starts.
yeah. So, Shekhar, very well said. But I really would like to know, how do you handle such things?
Selena, as a brand today, Abs is a brand in the country which is not only a franchisee model, but which is a franchisee managed and operated model. We operate and manage the clubs on day-to-day basis completely. We communicate with the franchisee. But as I said, that when a franchisee starts thinking that they can do without a brand, and as I said, that the time where the elastic
Right.
started breaking off,
Yeah.
and when we realized that, yeah, there is a time,
Hmm.
the time has come that the person is not understanding us. Why have you taken the brand from us? Why have you taken the brand? You have taken the brand because to take the expertise
Hmm.
to run the business successfully,
Hmm.
right?
Hmm.
So when we realize that uh, the person is completely going on his own, and that is the time we just terminate the franchise and we remove the brand.
Hmm.
This During this time, uh, the franchisee thinks that, oh, now they can operate the club without the brand, but you will not believe, it is an experience. It's a world's experience where A renowned brand, when a renowned brand goes
Yeah,
from a property, the property dies completely. The brand is the life of
yeah,
the property today. Yeah. So that is where they fail to understand that the brand is, because of the brand is the revenue, the members, they come. That's it.
so brand value really matters a lot, and with no, with the brand value we really have to consider experience, because I think that is the main successful key to run a franchisee module. Am I right, Shekhar?
Yes, completely. Yeah, 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 yeah.
So my next question is, where do you foresee the growth of gym in present and in future?
Right now, the fitness industry is going through a lot of challenges. There is no support from the government.
Yeah,
Yeah, because today fitness industry is just 1%, 0.5 to 1% today in the country today. Fitness industry is being seen as a luxury part, but
yeah,
but today I'm sure people must have realized in the last 2.5 months that how important health is
yes,
today. So health is definitely important, has been always important, but uh, what what I foresee presently and what I see presently and what I foresee in future, that it is a very difficult time which is the industry is going through.
yeah,
But but trust me, the next 6 months, once the COVID is reducing,
mhm,
your next boom is going to be the fitness industry.
yes,
Yeah, there's tremendous growth will be there in the fitness industry today, because today people have really realized that what is the importance of health
yeah,
today, to keep yourself to increase your immunity, to keep yourself healthy is very important to work out. So
yeah.
the importance of fitness is increased presently in the situation, but yes, the situation is bad, and yeah.
Yeah, true, true. Thank you, Shekhar, for showing us faith from your perspective. And what advice would you give to gym owners in this difficult time? What they should do, and what are the safety measures? Not only safety measures, but what are the steps they should follow to overcome these challenges?
See, as I presently said, that today the fitness industry, not only the fitness industry, the hotel industry, we
Yeah.
come from a very service industry background. It is a
Yes.
service industry. Fitness industry is a service industry. So it is definitely going through a lot of challenges. Uh, uh, so what advice I would definitely give to the gym owners today is, it's very important to sustain this time right now. It's very
Yeah.
important, and not give up, and
Yeah.
not give up. Because see, running a fitness center is not easy. There are rentals, there is a staff which you have to manage, there are salaries, and as I said that today the gym business is on a daily basis, like members pay, and that's how you run your gyms.
Yes.
So it's a very difficult time for me to say right now is to sustain. I'm sure people will sustain. They'll ask me, "Hello, you're telling us that just to sustain, just to be patient. How do we?" But this is a very important time, Reena,
Yeah.
where gym owners, brand owners have to pull this time. Your
Correct.
next 6 months, you have to pull, you have to sustain. It is like an investment.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
is coming back to zero. If you lose your focus, if you give up in the next 6 months, you're gone. All your hard work which you have done from your beginning, your passion is definitely going to die. So my advice to gym owners, my advice to brand owners is to sustain this next 6 months, which is definitely going to be challenging. Your next year, what we foresee right now is definitely going to be booming in fitness
Yes.
industry. Yeah.
Yes, true. Well said, Shekhar. I'm sure this will bring out more optimism for the viewers. And as COVID-19 has already proven, if your immune system is perfect, I think nothing is going to happen to you. And everyone will start paying attention towards their health. Thank you so much. And one more question. Where do you see abs in next 5 years? We are eager to know that.
Wow, amazing question. See, ads as a brand today, as I said, we are very selective. We are very selective in uh, in our expansion plans. We are not desperate. We've never been desperate in opening up clubs, giving franchisees. We've been very selective, and by God's grace, we've all our franchisee owners are amazing people. We connect very beautifully with our franchisee owners. They understand us, we understand them. And as I said, that franchisee business is to understand each other, to go hand in hand and respect each other. So we've been very selective in our approach in our expansion. And what I foresee in next 5 years is definitely we will definitely be on a much higher uh, platform in the country today. We are presently in Western India, which is Maharashtra state. We have covered the entire Maharashtra state. But next 5 years, we will definitely be across India in much more selective, much more bigger clubs, uh, and giving spreading health and fitness in the country much more in a wider range.
We really would like to give you lots of wishes for this, and definitely I'm sure that abs is going to achieve it with a strong support like you and Abhimanyu. So we are looking forward to it. And who is your mentor, Shekhar? I'm eager to know that too.
Very sensitive question, of
Yeah.
course. Everybody has a mentor, everybody has a guru, and I'm a very emotionally sensitive person. I'm just as human as you are, and as I said that I'm musical. I love music. I'm a very creative person, and I'm very sensitive. I get very moved very easily. So yes, there has been a mentor, a guru for me, who's been very helpful to me in the last almost 17 years now. I mean, since my accident, there was no one who guided me, and I needed that positivity when I was completely on my bed for completely 1 year. You can imagine that when someone is on a bed for complete 1 year, bedridden, not even putting
It's not
your
easy.
foot down, it's not easy.
Easy.
So what kept me going is this person who's very close to my heart. I call him as my godfather. He lives in Indore, and his name is Vishwajit Yadav. He's a godfather to me, and for the last 15, 17 years, he's been guiding me. Now you will ask me, guiding you, I mean, why do you need guiding?
Yeah.
Or
True.
coming from such a strong brand, or you have such a why do you need? I'm not talking about a guiding in my company or my business. It's my guiding my mind completely. Yeah, you everybody needs a guru, a mentor who guides you in your mental phase. Yeah, it's not easy handling a profile of
Yeah.
a business head, of growth, of franchisee. There are challenges, and what are the challenges? Not physical challenges, mental challenges. And we are humans. We come across so many mental or stages where we don't know what about the decisions. There are certain times where I really don't know how to answer these franchisee owners. I feel like banging up my phone down and just disconnect with them, because some of them just fail to understand. They think that uh, they have invested in a brand, they have owned you. You have not owned me. Yeah, that is what I want to tell. So there are times where you want to give up. There are times where you want to explode on such people, uh, and that is a time where you need someone who guides you
Yeah.
in this time, who advises you. He Shekhar, no, this is a situation. You have to be calm. You have to be complete. So not only in terms of uh, keeping myself calm or taking concrete advices, personal advices, not only business advices, or not only keeping yourself calm, not only personal advices. So, this gentleman is a very important part of my life.
Super.
Yeah,
And one should have a mentor who guides you, and who guides you not in the business, but it guides you emotionally. I
yeah,
think
yeah,
that's a very, I think, and sometimes it becomes a backbone for us.
yeah, definitely. Yeah,
Thank you so much. Shekhar, we always have one quick rapid fire at the end of the interview. So I have few questions ready for you.
sure, sure.
Yeah. So your best choreography.
My best choreography. Wow. You're asking me what is the best choreographed show
Yeah,
I've done?
any best choreographed show by you.
See, all the shows which I've done, believe me, I mean, I'm not being overconfident right now to tell you this. Each and every show which I did, I choreographed was full of passion.
Yeah.
Each show which I have done, I've done shows for Wendell Rodriguez. I've done shows for designers like Shaina NC. I've choreographed. I've done shows for uh, you know name designers, Anita Dongre,
Yeah.
to name a few. Uh, and right now I can't remember the names because it's very difficult.
That's
So
okay.
yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
so it's been every show has been interesting. Every show has been with passion, and I was during my fashion days. I was known for my music. As I said, as I told you, I come from a music background.
Yeah.
So the heart of my show was music.
Yeah.
So whichever designers I worked with, like Rohit Bal, JJ Valaya, I modeled for JJ Valaya, Rohit Bal, Rohit Verma, uh, 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 then Manish Malhotra I modeled once.
Hmm.
Then so it's been very beautiful. Every show has been was a super successful.
Superb.
Yeah.
What is fitness for you?
Fitness for me is life. Fitness for me is reality. Fitness for me is to live with it. Fitness is part of me. It's part of me. It's in my blood right now, and it should be with everyone. Today,
Superb.
the fitness it has to be part of you for
Yes.
everyone today. Yeah.
Wonderful. One word first come to your mind about gym.
J- One word which comes to is gym. That you're asking me that for people or for me?
No, just for you. Means when we say gym, what is that one word which comes to your mind?
My second home.
Oh,
My second
superb.
home. It's my second home.
Okay.
Yeah.
Your favorite song?
Favorite song? My
Yeah.
favorite song is from it's a song from KK the singer.
Okay.
It's a song like Hum Rahe Na Rahe Hum uh, Kal Yaad Aayenge Ye Pal. That is a very beautiful song which goes with my life today.
Yeah.
And I live for the moment, Leena.
Yeah.
I don't plan tomorrow. I live for the moment, and the song it's very close to my heart. It is the moment. It's enjoy the moment, live for the moment. Don't live for tomorrow. Live for the present.
Correct.
And I relish my life every minute. Yeah.
Yes. And if you live in present, I think that gives you a lot of happiness.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Shekhar, for walking us through every aspect. And I'm sure the viewers will be more courageous now, and certainly after listening to you. Thank you so much once again for your time and for the roadmap on near future, which you have shown us. And take care. Thank you,
Thank you.
everyone. You all are amazing. Stay tuned with us for the next interview coming soon. Stay home, stay safe. Shekhar, would you like to say anything before going?
I would people who are watching, people who will watch this. I would only say very important one thing, that uh, live for today, uh, live for the moment, enjoy every moment, what is in your life, because you won't know what is tomorrow. I always believe in this kal ho na ho.
Yes.
So for the moment, and enjoy your life for the moment. And enjoy what you have presently. Don't be greedy.
Yeah.
Don't run behind things. And it's very important, Leena, that if you are happy, everything around you is happy.
Yeah.
If you are sad, everything around you is sad.
Yeah.
So be happy, keep smiling, be nice to people. It's very important to be a good human being.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know people go through a lot of challenges. People have their own worries, own problems, tensions. But yeah, we all have. But keep smiling. Be a good human being. That is the mantra of life. Be kind.
Kind. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's wonderful. And the way you have explained it to us, the way you have given this guidance, I'm sure the viewers are going to like it and they must follow it. We all should follow it. Thank you, Shekhar, again for your valuable time with us. And if viewers, if you have any questions, you can always send us on the details given below. Please like, comment, and share this video. Thank you once again, Shekhar, for being with us today.
Thank you so much, Leena. It was a pleasure. It was a pleasure talking to you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Have a great day.
You too. Thank you.